without fear of seeing that same darkness in yourself. Because here's the thing. When you look deeply into the darkness of the world, you have to confront the darkness in yourself. You have to confront your own capacity for anger, for hatred, for despair. And if you don't have something grounding you, something giving you purpose and meaning, that darkness can consume you. But with faith and purpose, with the love of my family, no evil can touch me. I believe that. With such faith and purpose, no evil can touch me. Now, let's talk about what's coming, because we need to talk about 2026. 2026 will be the year when hell breaks loose. I don't say that lightly. I don't say that for dramatic effect. I say it because I believe it's true. We are heading into a period of tremendous upheaval, tremendous conflict, tremendous chaos. It will become impossible to bury your head in the sand. A lot of people right now are still in denial. They're still pretending that things are basically okay, that the system is still working, that if we just keep our heads down, everything will work out. That stops working in 2026. Let me tell you what's coming. NATO and Russia will prepare for full-scale war in Ukraine. Not just a proxy war we've been seeing, not just supplying weapons and training, full-scale war. The kind of war Europe hasn't seen since 1945. Middle East tensions between Israel and Iran will ramp up. We're already seeing this escalate, but it's going to get much worse, much worse. The United States will attempt to overthrow Maduro in Venezuela. We're already seeing the groundwork being laid for this. The naval buildup in the Caribbean, the threats, the seizure of assets. Trump is going to try to overthrow the Venezuelan government, and it's going to be messy. Political violence will only worsen in the Western world. We've already seen it increasing, but 2026 is going to be worse, much worse. As the economic situation deteriorates, as people become more desperate, as the political polarization intensifies, violence is going to become more common. And the economic malaise is going to deepen. We're not recovering from this. We're not going back to the way things were. The economic model that sustained the Western world for decades is breaking down. And 2026 is when that becomes undeniable. To prepare everyone for this inevitability, I'm going to teach a course on game theory and geopolitics. Now, why game theory? Because game theory gives us a framework for understanding strategic decision making. It helps us understand why actors, whether they're countries, leaders, or institutions, make the choices they make. We're going to look at current geopolitical flashpoints from a game theory perspective. And this is going to allow us to do three crucial things. First, we're going to understand the motivations and strategies of the different actors. Why is Russia doing what it's doing? Why is China doing what it's doing? Why is the United States making the choices it's making? What are their goals, their constraints, their calculations? Second, we're going to predict how these flashpoints will evolve. Game theory gives us tools to make predictions. Not perfect predictions, the future is always uncertain, but informed predictions based on understanding the strategic logic of the situation. Third, we're going to analyze how these flashpoints interconnect. This is crucial. A lot of people look at Ukraine in isolation, or Venezuela in isolation, or the Middle East in isolation. But these things are all connected. What happens in one place affects what happens everywhere else. We need to understand these connections. This isn't just academic. This is practical. This is about giving you the tools to understand what's happening in the world so you can make better decisions for yourself and your family. But I'm also going to teach an introduction to the great books. And this might seem like an odd choice given everything I just said about geopolitical chaos and economic collapse. Why read old books when the world is falling apart? Let me tell you why. Some of you are anxious right now. I know you are. And that's why you're buying gold, learning to farm, building bunkers. You're trying to prepare physically for what's coming. And that's not wrong. Physical preparation has its place. But my best advice for the trials and tribulations ahead is to develop a close relationship with the great books. The great books will clear and focus your mind. They will connect you to the monad. And what is the monad? The monad is the source, the divine unity, the ultimate reality that underlies everything. When you read the great books, you will see empires rise and fall. You will see heroes triumph and die. You will see humanity thrive and persist through every kind of catastrophe imaginable. And you will lose all fear of death and decay. Because here's what the great books teach you. All of this has happened before. The chaos we're entering, the collapse of orders, the wars, the suffering humanity has been through this many times. And humanity has always survived. Not just survived, thrived, created new civilizations, new cultures, new ways of being. And when you understand that, when you really internalize that, you lose your fear. You start to marvel at your own creativity and resilience.